Hello again everybody and welcome back to Boozetooz. There is currently 9 days left until Halloween, so we're going to be continuing with the Halloween themed unboxings. Today, we're going to be taking a look at the Halloween edition Charlie Brown Youtooz figure. So without further ado, let's open this thing up. So this figure was released on the Youtooz site about 2 years ago, and as soon as I saw it, I knew I wanted to buy it, but I just kept pushing back buying it until it sold out. And then I was out of luck. So for the last 2 years, I have been looking for a good deal on this figure on resale. But then I ended up talking to Trev Show, and he told me that they had it on Amazon for retail price, so, I had to buy it. So thank you, Trev Show, you saved me a lot of money. And the reason why I wanted this specific Charlie Brown figure so badly is because the Great Pumpkin Charlie Brown special was a big part of my childhood. I used to watch it every Halloween, so this brings back good memories for me. But that's enough backstory. Let's finally take this thing out of the protective sleeve and let's check it out. And here it is. I gotta say, I am really liking the sleeve design for this thing. It's very simplistic, but it works very well. So on the front of the sleeve here, it looks like we have Pumpkin Patch Charlie Brown on the top there. So I wonder if this is a Great Pumpkin inspired figure, because it does say Pumpkin Patch instead of Great Pumpkin. I guess we'll see. Then it looks like we have the concept right there, and we have a flat orange for the background color there. On the rest of the sleeve here, it looks like we have a little bit of a lighter orange on all sides. Looks like we have stars on the top half, and on the bottom half, we have an outline of a pumpkin patch. Very cool. There's a lot of detail in that as well. So I'll give you guys a quick 360 of the sleeve design, but now let's take the sleeve off, and let's check out that box. Let's put the sleeve right there, and it looks like the Pumpkin Patch Charlie Brown is number 9 of the Peanuts collection. We have the concept right there. We have that same flat orange for the background color, and let's check out the side here. Looks like we got another picture of the concept right there, right in front of a pumpkin patch. That looks really good. Then it looks like we have a Starry Night on the top there, and it looks like we have an outline of a house on the right side there. On the back of the box here, it looks like, oh, check that out. We got more of the pumpkin patch. That looks awesome. Is that Linus? I'm pretty sure that's Linus. Correct me in the comments if I'm wrong, but I think that's Linus. So we got Linus and Snoopy in the middle of the pumpkin patch. That looks awesome. We got that same Starry Night and the moon on this side. Check that out. We got some more outlines of houses in the background there as well, and we got the description of the figure. Legend says that the Great Pumpkin rises on Halloween to deliver presents to all the children of the world and visits pumpkin patches with the most sincerity. Okay, so it is based on the Great Pumpkin. Very cool. So why did they call it Pumpkin Patch Charlie Brown instead of Great Pumpkin Charlie Brown, you know? And that description of the figure is exactly what the storyline of the Great Pumpkin episode is all about. The Great Pumpkin is like the Santa Claus of Halloween. He visits pumpkin patches and gives presents to kids. And Linus here is the only one who believes in him, and nobody else does, and they all make fun of him because of it. Poor Linus. Usually it's Charlie Brown getting made fun of, but here it's Linus. At least he's got Snoopy there though to keep him company. I'll give you guys a little zoom in on the art here. That looks fantastic, straight out of the comics or straight out of the film, I guess. On the final side here, it looks like we have the same kind of detail for the background there, and we have a message on the bottom that says, "It's the Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown." And that's obviously a quote from the film as well. I believe Linus says that to Charlie. On the top of the box here, it looks like we have another picture of the concept in front of an orange background, and let's open this thing up and let's check out the message on the inside of the tab. And the message on the inside of the tab says, "Just wait till next year." And obviously that's another quote from the film, but you know what would have been cool if they released another Great Pumpkin figure the next year to make that make sense a little bit more? And I have the perfect idea for it. This thing right here, we need to make this into a figure. Linus holding the Welcome Great Pumpkin sign. That would be a fantastic figure. Youtooz, feel free to steal this idea and make this next year. This would be awesome. But now let's continue going over the detail here. So let's take this figure out and let's check out the interior design. And it looks like we just have an orange background with a bunch of Youtooz jack-o'-lantern faces. Very cool. But now let's throw the box and the sleeve in the back here, and let's check out the figure. And here it is. This figure looks awesome. So the first thing that I noticed about this figure as soon as I took it out is how light this figure actually is. It seems very hollow. Seems like the plastic is very thin on this figure, much different than regular Youtooz figures. It actually reminds me quite a bit of the Rip and Dip Youtooz figure, because that one was very hollow and light as well. And that's not a terrible thing. I would prefer it to be heavier because then it feels like better quality, if you know what I'm saying. But, I mean, it's just going to be sitting on your shelf, so it doesn't really matter all that much. The design of the figure matters so much more, and I think that they did a fantastic job with that. So obviously the main feature of this figure is the great pumpkin that Charlie Brown is currently inside of. So we have this giant jack-o'-lantern, and the detail on this thing looks pretty good. We have lines all around it. We have some yellow on the inside for where it was cut. And then of course we have the face, so we have some Youtooz eyes, we got the nose, we got the mouth, and I think they did a very good job on that. I like how it's all like engraved into the actual pumpkin. I'd say it probably goes in about 1/4 to 1/2 inch, and that makes it look a lot better, much better than it being painted on. Then of course we have Charlie Brown sticking out of the top of the pumpkin. Looks like he's wearing his classic shirt. He looks pretty good. I feel like it's kind of hard to sculpt the Peanuts characters because they're kind of weird shapes, you know. They got like very interesting shaped heads and everything. I mean, they're 2D drawings from like the 50s, you know. But I think they did a fantastic job sculpting this. I mean, it looks like it's straight out of the comics. They even got the little hairs on the back of his head there. Very cool. Look at his ears as well. And look at his Youtooz eyes. Those must be the smallest Youtooz eyes that I've ever seen on a human figure. Obviously, there's some smaller ones that are on like small animals that come with figures, but those Youtooz eyes are tiny. Check those out. But they definitely fit his face a lot better than bigger ones would. Then, of course, on the top of the figure here, we have the top of the pumpkin on the top of Charlie Brown's head. So we have the top of the pumpkin on top of Charlie's pumpkin. And the detail on that looks very good as well. I feel like there's more detail on this top part than there is on the actual pumpkin. I feel like there's more lines. There's better detail on those lines to kind of show the little marks that the pumpkin has. Then of course we have the stem. We have a little bit of detail on that as well. Then it looks like we have that lighter yellow on the bottom there to resemble the inside of pumpkins, and that looks very, very good, very realistic as well, very close to the actual color. But yeah, this figure looks awesome. I'm very glad that I finally got around to picking this thing up, especially for Halloween. This is also a much more wholesome Halloween figure than the rest of them, I feel like. Like this one's a lot more spooky. This one's a lot more family friendly, you know what I'm saying? So now I'll give you guys a 360 of this figure so you guys can see all of the detail that this figure has to offer. But I think that's all I have for you guys for this video, so I'll give you guys a little bit more of a close-up of this figure so you guys can see it a little bit better. But now let's take care of this box and sleeve, and let's throw this figure in the back here. Let's add him to the display. There we go. And that brings us to the end of the video. So if you guys could do me a favor real quick, hit that like button, comment something down below, and subscribe to the channel. I would appreciate it. And I will see you guys in the next video.